Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep, and I mean deep, into Paulo Coelho's modern classic, The Alchemist. And look, this isn't just a story about turning lead into gold. It's really a manual for transforming your own life.
I mean, just listen to that, this line from its publisher. Man, it just perfectly captures the magic of this book, doesn't it? It's all about waking up, seeing your own potential while everyone else is still asleep. It's about seeing the whole world in a totally new light. All right, let's get into it.
So the entire story, everything in it, it's all built around this one powerful, deceptively simple idea, the personal legend.
I want you to think back for a second, back to when you were a kid. You had a dream, right? Something that just filled you with excitement and felt totally possible. That's the heart of your personal legend. It's your unique calling, your mission here on Earth. But, and this is the big question the book asks, if we all have one, why do so few of us actually follow it?
So why do we abandon our dreams? Well, according to Coelho, it's because life, as we grow up, it starts putting these obstacles in our way. And he says there are four major hurdles that make us give up and bury our legends.
Okay, so first, people tell us our dream is impossible, right? Then, there's love. We get scared that following our path is going to hurt the people we care about. After that, it's the fear of failure, the fear of all the defeats we know are coming. And then, and this is the craziest one, if you get past all of that, you face the final hurdle, being afraid of actually succeeding, afraid of getting the very thing you fought for. Now, to really see how this all works, we got to meet our hero, Santiago.
So let's talk about Santiago. He's a young shepherd in Andalusia. And honestly, his life is pretty good. It's comfortable, it's predictable. He knows his sheep, he can read, he's basically content. But there's this dream he keeps having, the same one, over and over again.
So this dream is about a hidden treasure, all the way over at the Egyptian pyramids. A gypsy tells him he should probably go for it, but things don't get really serious until his entire world gets turned upside down. He meets this mysterious old guy who says he's a king, and this king asks him a question that will change absolutely everything.
The king looks at him and asks this: what's the world's greatest lie? It's so simple, but so deep, right? It's meant to just stop you in your tracks, make you really look at your own life and the things you just accept as true.
And here's the answer. The world's greatest lie is that at some point we just lose control, that our lives are just run by fate. And that right there is one of the book's most powerful messages. You are not a victim. You get to choose. And hearing this, well, it's the push Santiago needed. He sells his flock, says goodbye to his comfortable life, and gets on a boat to Africa.
But this journey, it does not start with a big win. No way. It starts with an absolutely crushing, soul-destroying defeat.
Literally, his first day in Tangier. The very first day, a guy he thinks he can trust steals every single coin he has. He's left with nothing. Completely broke, in a city where he doesn't even speak the language. This is test number one. And it's a big one.
I mean, look at this. The difference is it's brutal. Everything he knew is just gone. And right here, in this moment, he has a choice to make. A choice that's going to define his whole story. Is he a victim? Or is he an adventurer looking for his treasure? He chooses adventurer.
So he spends a whole year, working for a crystal merchant. But this isn't just about making money. No, this is about learning. He starts to understand omens, these little signs from the universe. He learns about the language of the world, a language spoken without any words. He learns what it really means to persevere. And he learns this word, maktub, which means it is written. The idea that, yeah, our destiny is written, but it's up to us to read the signs and actually walk the path. So after all that work, he's got enough money to buy twice as many sheep as he started with. And he has a choice. He could just go home, and you know what? He'd be a success. Or he could keep going. He joins a caravan to cross the Sahara Desert, and this is where the real tests begin. In a desert oasis, he meets Fatima, and for the first time he finds something he thinks might be more important than his treasure. He feels like he could give it all up just for her. And there it is, obstacle number 2, love. But Fatima, she's different. She's a woman of the desert. She gets it. She knows that true love doesn't hold you back, it pushes you forward. She tells him, go, find your treasure. I'm part of your destiny, and I'll be here. So Santiago has this vision, right? And it saves the entire oasis from an attack.
This gets him noticed by a very powerful, very mysterious man, the Alchemist. But their journey together gets them captured by a tribe at war, and the chief lays down a challenge. He tells Santiago he has 3 days to turn himself into the wind. If he can't do it, they both die. Yeah, no pressure.
So what do you do when you're faced with something impossible? Well, Santiago does the only thing he really can do. He gets quiet, he stills his mind, and he starts to talk. Not with his mouth, but with his soul. He speaks directly to the desert and just asks for help. And the desert answers. It offers its sand, but it says, "Look, my power isn't enough for this. You got to talk to the wind. The wind is everywhere." So he speaks to the wind, and the wind, which has seen everything, it listens. It's curious. But even the wind says, "I have my limits. For real power, for the power of creation, you need to speak to the sun." And so he speaks to the sun, and the sun, in all its wisdom, finally reveals the big secret. It says, "Even I am just a piece of the puzzle. If you want to perform a real miracle, you have to speak to the source, the hand that wrote all."
And in that moment of pure silence, it all clicks. Santiago finally understands the deepest truth there is. His own soul, it isn't just his, it's part of the soul of the world, which is part of the soul of God. He's not separate from everything else. He is everything else. And once he knows that, he knows he can do anything. The wind just roars, a massive sandstorm covers the camp, and when it's all over, Santiago is standing on the other side. He did it. He passed the ultimate test.
So after everything, after turning into the wind, Santiago finally makes it to the Egyptian pyramids. He finds the exact spot from his dream, he lets his tears fall, and he starts digging. He digs all night long, and he finds nothing. Absolutely nothing. And just when you think it can't get any worse, he gets attacked. These guys beat him up, they take his gold, and just as they're about to leave, the leader just mocks him. He says, "You're digging here because of a dream? I'm not that stupid." Then he tells Santiago about his own dream, a dream about a treasure buried back in Spain, in a ruined church under a sycamore tree. And in that moment, Santiago just starts laughing. He finally gets it. The treasure wasn't at the pyramids, it was right where he started, back home. But, and this is the whole point, he had to travel across the entire world. He had to lose everything. He had to literally speak to the sun just to gain the wisdom to see what was right in front of him. See, the real alchemy was never about gold. It was about him. It was about the journey. The story tells us that every search gets a little push at the start, a little beginner's luck. But it leaves us all with a much bigger question. When that luck runs out and the real tests show up, will you have the guts to listen to your heart and finish your journey?